Hey everyone, welcome back to concluding Module 4. So, Module 4, a summary of what we've learned. So, we've gone over the topics of how much you should save into investing. So, thinking about the savings rate, how that affects your future goals, what the big costs are in terms of, as mentioned, luxury expenses, taxes, transportation, housing, and these big decisions, these are the big costs that will really move the needle when it comes to your ability to actually build wealth. So, remember, savings and your ability to invest is just the gap between what you earn and your ego levels. So managing that and being aware about that will make a huge difference in terms of how much you're able to save into investing and what that means for your future in terms of the total amount that you have in wealth built up, as well as also the time that you buy back in terms of reaching your financial goals much faster. And remember, things grow exponentially. So the earlier you start and the stronger you start, the much stronger the effects of compound interest and investing can really take over. So, how to build and support the habit of investing. So, as we mentioned here, the key is consistency. So, what helps a lot for a lot of people is the calendar reminder. So, that's why we set up the calendar reminder as a previous milestone, as well as any other way that you can support yourself in being consistent and regular with your investing habits. Now, the mental mindset you need in order to invest effectively. So, remember here we're talking about focusing on the long term and not getting swept up in any market euphoria or depression. Short-term volatility is expected to happen. That's why we ideally also don't really want to be checking our portfolio that often because it will just make us very, very nervous and subject to short-term market sentiment. And that's really where people then fail with investing because they get into a panic state. They either stop contributing or they panic sell. This is not the way to go about it. You need to trust in the process and trust in the long term. Now, actually converting your demo account into a real account and making your first investment. Remember, this is not investment advice, this is just educational content to help you in your journey to become an investor yourself. And if you actually are able to do this, then congratulations, you've made a huge, great step in your investing journey. And if you're willing to share that progress with the rest of the community to help motivate everyone, then that is fantastic. Remember, the milestones also help you get the certificate of completion from us so that we can check, as well as also a €50 discount to our tax tailor service, which can help you restructure your taxes and optimize your taxes if you fit our criteria, which can really, really massively accelerate your ability to invest and build wealth. As mentioned in one of the previous lessons, when we talked about taxes as a cost, it's actually for many people their biggest expense. And optimizing on this can really buy you back decades of progress and work and decades of investing time. So, how to further your investing education beyond this course if you want. So, we are going to make, as an extension to Module 3, a mega video about all the other topics that are related to the world of investing that isn't covered in this course. So, in this course, we primarily focused about long-term buy and hold index investing. We also talked a little bit briefly about trading, just so that you understand how that works. It's the most common thing that will get pushed towards you, and people will try to sell you things and get you to do technical trading. Remember, this is not something that we promote at all. This is something where the vast majority of people lose money in the long term. And we're talking about here 95+% will lose money in the long term. And but when it comes to furthering your investing education, we will be working on that mega video. We'll be talking about things like venture capital, private equity, what's exactly going on with crypto, why are so many people hyped up about it. Generally speaking, about investing topics, we'll be making that in the background. But elsewise, you should also go beyond this course for yourself if you like. This course has given you the basics and is giving the fundamentals to become a successful long-term index investor. So you don't need to go beyond this course if you like. You can just go straight into investing. Remember, focusing on index funds and ETFs, as that is the simple system and it's a system that is more effective than most actively managed funds. Remember, just follow the market rather than trying to beat the market. But there are great resources out there. There's Investopedia, which is fantastic with its wealth of information when you're trying to find out more about what terms mean, any strategies. So it's a fantastic resource to use. But there are also many other resources out there that are free, that you can read about things and also listen to some content or read content from some great investors. And also remember, there are a lot of great investing books out there. We mentioned 4 of these in the beginning, in the very first video you will have seen, where we introduced the entire course. Things such as Psychology of Money or the Common Sense book about investing and more. There are a lot of great books out there, but this course has set you up with the fundamentals the basics, and also everything that you, to be honest, from our perspective, need to know in order to get started with investing and become successful in the long term. And now remember, this is all just educational content. None of this is investment advice, but remember that time and compound interest will take care of the rest. It's consistency that is king, and we're at the last step, and that's fantastic. So remember, regarding your milestones, if you want to post your milestones, have your milestones 5 and 6 screenshots ready. So either a screenshot of your calendar reminder that you set up either via Google Calendar or Apple Calendar or Outlook, whatever calendar system that you use, or if you use a physical calendar, like maybe a notebook diary or a physical calendar that you hang on the wall, take a photo of that just to show that you've created the reminder for yourself. And then if you go through the process to switch from demo to real, so clicking this button here to switch to real and make your first investment, if you like to help motivate other community members, you can take a screenshot of that. Here I took the screenshot of just the demo portfolio just to show you an example of what you would be screenshotting, just to show that, you have the portfolio there, you've made your first investment, etc. And then you can just get ready to post that and also contribute towards getting your certificate of completion for the course, as well as a €50 voucher for our tax data service. All right, now, so let's post your milestones. And remember to share what you learned in the module. When it comes to what I learned, remember this is totally optional. Asking the community any questions regarding this module. So yeah, we have an example here. We'll also post the text of this example in the description, so you can just copy paste it, so you don't have to change too much to yourself, and then you've got the right structure. Structure here is very important. And then you have the 2 milestones attached here. So I'm gonna just do a live demo of this myself, as always, just to show you how to do it. So you go into here, you go into Index Institution, you're in the community, you go here into Write Something, you go Completed Module 4, and then you copy in the text that you'll find in the description below. What I learned, in this case, what I learned is how important, how much future wealth I am giving up with trying to get a much bigger place to rent. That's, for example, something that I learned. And something else that I learned is how many millions and, more importantly, decades of work that taxes are costing me. This is something I really need to optimize. So this is really a huge thing for a lot of people. Obviously, taxes are great because they can fund public services, but for many people, you might feel that paying 30 or even 40% or even more, a higher percentage of your income is huge. It makes a huge impact on the financial wealth of yourself, your family, and just the general security for your future. That's why a lot of people are then working till the very, very older age. The retirement age is getting pushed older and older each year. And a lot of people often don't have any room to invest because a lot of their income is taken up by taxes and they're living paycheck to paycheck. So thinking about the costs, the big costs of transportation, housing, luxury expenses, taxes, etc., will make a huge impact on how much you can actually invest and build wealth for yourself. And then, of course, the big positive driver, your earning and income capacity. But remember, the more you earn, the more taxes you also pay. So if you're not a completely regular employee, there are a lot of ways you can optimize for this. So, questions I have regarding this module? None so far, other than how I could optimize my taxes. So that's maybe the question that I have. All right, attached are my milestones 5 and 6. So we'll want to go have our folder open. We want to slot in milestone 5. We put in there. And then in this case, just for the purposes of this demo, I won't be posting a live active portfolio myself in terms of real portfolio. So just for the purposes of this video, I'll be taking milestone 4, which is the demo portfolio. But just be aware that for the actual completion, this needs to be a real version. So we need to be able to see in the bottom left that you're in the real version of the dashboard. So what I'm talking about here is, if you go into eToro, you'll be able to see here, if it says switch to real, then we know that you're in the demo version. But if it says here switch to virtual, then we'll know that you're posting from the real account. And yeah, that's basically it. So you'll take this. Remember to always select the category of course progress. If you don't choose a category, it will automatically stop you from being able to post. because it'll ask you to select a category. So make sure you choose course progress, then click posts, and boom, you have your final milestones posted. Everyone's happy, and yeah, if you have any questions, either I or myself will answer, or other community members will share their thoughts with you and help support you. So that's basically that, and see you at graduation. All right, enjoy, guys.